Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another live session from Aussizz Group. This is basically Ask Aussizz. You can ask me any sort of questions in regards to migration, education, if you guys cause an query. To start with, my name is Kamaljeet Singh. I'm a registered migration agent with Aussizz Group working in Collins Street branch. And moreover, if you guys have got any sort of questions, we are live on Facebook. We are live on TikTok as well. So you can post on your questions. In the meantime, I'll slowly update you in regards to migration changes, which we are expecting in coming future. The very first change, which is going to be implemented, is after 18th of March 2024, ACS, Australian Computer Society, has decided that they're going to be increasing their fees. Basically, the amount of fees which they have decided has gone up pretty much. And yes, if your applications are pending for Australian Computer Society for your skill assessment, do contact your registered migration agents on priority basis, because that fees is going pretty much, high after 18th of March. All right, so we are talking about Australian Computer Society, which basically deals on IT sector. And yes, that is the thing. Second, recently we have heard that 485 extension visas, department has announced that from mid 2024 they will be basically stopping these extensions. So if you guys are not sure whether your course or whether your studies is eligible for extensions, do visit our nearest Aussizz branch and talk to a registered migration agents to confirm whether you are eligible for extension or not. Because once the date has been announced by the department, I'll be pretty scared, if you miss that chance of increasing your 485 for extra 2 years. So I hope everybody understands what a 485 extension means. It's basically extra 2 years of period given to the candidates who are basically eligible and are sitting on 485 visas. Normally, the new 485 visa holders are already getting that extension when they are lodging their 485 for first time. What we are referring to are the candidates who are already holding 485 visas and are eligible for extensions. You should not miss this chance. So I'll probably advise you to do so and talk to a migration agent and understand if you are eligible for extensions. We have seen most of the bachelor's and master's courses are eligible apart from accounting and business sort of studies. But again, to double check, I'll probably advise you to visit our nearest Aussizz Group branch and talk to a migration agent to assist you. Moving forward, another change, not the change, guys, I should probably caution you that if you are basically, sitting on a 408, or if you are basically sitting on visitor visa, or if you are sitting on 485 visa, please on urgent basis contact your migration agents if you are planning to lodge student visa applications. Why we are doing so? We can already see that department has basically started doing some kind of maybe audits, or they are trying to pull the strings for some educational institutes to stop issuing COEs, or you can say stop taking any admissions where candidate has already utilized their 485 visas, or they have already utilized their 408 visas, which is a COVID visa. Normally we call it temporary activity visa. So yes, basically in that case, guys, if your 408 visa is expiring in next 6 months, I'll probably advise you to meet a migration agent and choose your further pathways for your student visa if you are planning to lodge a student visa after your 408 expires, because there is no further extension now. Moreover, if you are holding a 485 visa and your 485 visa is expiring in next 6 months, I will again advise you to meet a migration agent if you are looking further to submit a student visa applications. Okay, so why I'm saying this is because we are seeing most of the educational institutions have gone on to following very strict guidelines for the admissions. Why it is happening? Because if you might have heard last year, the minister made an announcement that they are basically going to stricken this student visa pathways, where they are seeing candidates are hopping from one student visa to another and then another, and the string just keep going on. To stop this situation, they have decided that they will be basically trying to put a stop on this. So that's why if you are on a visitor visa, are planning to convert your visitor visa to student visa, come and visit us. Secondly, if you are holding a COVID visa and you are planning to again study something which you feel like is beneficial for you in future, and you want to plan to go from COVID visa lodging your student visa application, to come and visit us so we can basically try and educate you upon what are the criteria and what are the hurdles one has to go through if you are holding these three visas, which is 500, 600, and 485. Clear? So yes, basically, again, I'm live on TikTok, I'm live on Facebook. If you've got any questions, you can basically contact us. We have got one question. Is saying, I'm on 408 visa. How would I know my employer is eligible to sponsor me for 407 visa? There are certain criteria, Mr. Singh. If you are basically, going to get sponsored by an employer for 408, which is a training visa, there are certain criteria. It will be very, sort of confusing if we are explaining that criteria over this Facebook Live. But basic understanding, I'll give you a 407 is a training visa for that candidate who does not hold any kind of skills, but is interested in basically getting that practical experience in Australia. And for that, you will require an employer who is working in the same field. Okay. And we have to submit sponsorship applications, nomination applications, and the visa applications. And then basically your employer will be able to assist you. Moving forward, so what I was discussing on was, guys, that if a candidate is sitting on a visitor visa and is planning to lodge a student visa applications, and you do not have an 8503 condition on the visas, we are seeing that some educational institutes are basically, trying to not give us the admissions because they feel the candidate might not be a genuine temporary entrant. Moreover, guys, I'll also encourage you to download our application, which is a brand of Aussizz again. Aussizz is a mobile application which will keep you up to date with the changes made by skill assessment authorities, changes made by departments, points, how your occupation is going to be assessed in future when it comes to 189, 190, and 491 visas. According to my understanding, in coming future, we might see, guys, that employer sponsors visas are going to be the best visas options when basically, this migration program will be assessed in future. So if you're working in your nominated occupation, either you're a chef, cook, or you're engineer, IT, any sort of field you're working with an employer, I'll probably advise you guys that, employer sponsor visas might be one of those visas where a candidates, will have high possibility of getting a permanent visa in future. So I'll probably advise you to stick onto that, and it would be pretty handy. Moreover, we have already seen that department has announced certain occupations which are even in short-term list to move on to, going for 186 visas. So it's pretty good news for those candidates as well who are working on 482 visas and then moving further for 186 visas. Again, while we're having this discussion, guys, if you've got any questions in regards to any kind of visa matters, you can just leave us a comment. Our live technical team who are back and supporting us can basically ask me those questions, and then I'll try my very best to answer those questions. Moreover, 485 extensions, guys, keep that thing in mind. If you are eligible for 485 extensions, go ahead and submit your visa applications, because the department has already announced that in mid 2024 they will be basically, completely stopping this extension visa program for 485 visa holders. How should I know that whether I'm eligible or not? Go and talk to a migration agent from Aussizz Group to basically assess your criteria, whether you are eligible or not. Most of the bachelor's and master's qualification are eligible, and there are chances that you might be eligible as well for 485 visa extension. Clear, guys? So let's take a couple of comments from candidates. One of the candidates is saying, hello, sir, when can we expect 189 invitation rounds and chances for ECT at 70 points for 189 and 70 points for 190? Prashant, I'll probably be very scared if I'm focusing on, 189 only, because yes, the occupation is pretty nice. We haven't seen any invites yet. There might be one invite before this financial year finishes, But again, because 189 invitations are given by the straight immigration, we are not sure whether they're gonna be making any invitations. But I probably assume so. They should at least give us, one invite for 189 in this financial year at least. Moving forward, when you are focusing on 190 Victorias with 75 points, I'll give you a handy tip, guys. We have seen most of the candidates who are basically sitting and holding superior English, which is basically 79 in each or 8 in each of the English modules, are given high priority for Victoria 190. So yes, if you are sitting on 75 points and are holding superior English, language proficiency, there are high chances that you might be eligible, you might be invited by Victoria. When we were expecting around, last month. But again, let's hope there might be another round happening in March. Sajid Ali is saying, I want to change my course from master's to diploma. If I take future COE with this, can I breach my visa condition or not? See, again, master's is a higher education program. Diploma comes under wet education program. So basically, visa condition says you must be maintaining the same level of COE. So again, this question falls in a very big gray area. Sajid, I'll probably advise you to meet an education counselor, okay, to discuss further whether you will be breaching the visa condition. If you are jumping from master's to diploma holding the same visa, yes, you will be breaching the visa condition. Another candidate is asking, after BSc nursing, क्या option है Australia में? After BSc nursing, basically you will have very nice options. You will be eligible to register yourself as a registered nurse and work as a registered nurse, which is in the highest demand occupation, currently at the moment. So, and possibilities of permanent residency, very high possibilities for nursing. So yes, if you're planning to go into BSc nursing, which is, studying in Australia, there are high possibilities for getting permanent and securing a nice career in nursing as well. Let's move on to next comment. We've got, hi, when can be the next 189 invitation round, and what is the possibility of getting invitations for business analyst? Sadab, Mustafa, first of all, I would like to educate you, as you already know, that ICT business analyst is basically an occupation dealing in IT industry. For 189, we are basically seeing that department is only inviting candidates who are basically related to community, which is more like teaching and stuff, and or some of the occupations like nursing, other health professional occupations, GP, and all those occupations relating to major health sector are being invited for 189. When it comes to business analyst, it's still a question mark. Are there any chances? I cannot say no or yes. There may or may not be. If your occupation is in the list, I'll probably advise you to submit the EOI and wait for it. Secondly, possibilities, even if there are invites, there are chances that you will be invited on 90 to 95 points when it comes to 189 visas. So if you are not holding that kind of points, I'll probably say only 189 option is not the correct advice. Let's stick on to 190 or 491 as well, alongside with 189. Clear? Okay. So again, guys, while I'm taking some comments, just a little bit of updates while all you guys are joining in for this live session. I'm live on TikTok. You can follow Aussizz Melbourne, and I'm live on Facebook as well, where you people are happily posting these comments, and I'll try my very best to answer all these comments. Updates. Number one, ACS is going to increase their fees from 18th of March. Again, if your applications are pending with your migration agents, or if you're doing your applications by yourself for your skill assessment, ACS, Australian Computer Society, majorly deals with IT occupations for skill assessment. Do go ahead and submit your applications so that you are not charged, the increased price in future. News number two, 485 extensions. If you guys are eligible for 485 extensions, go ahead and submit your application straight away, guys, because the department has already announced that from mid 2024, they are basically planning to stop this extension program. So the last thing we want is someone missing on this, and who was basically eligible for 485, and you were not aware of this. Okay, so just go and talk to a migration agent where they will be basically checking your eligibility and see whether you're eligible for 485 extension, yes or no. If you're watching this live, guys, please do share and like this video. Please do share the link with your friends and relatives so that while we are heading and going deep into this session, if your friends and relatives have got any questions, they can basically leave us a comment. Moreover, again, our migration agents are available all through Australia in different sort of states. So if you've got any questions, you can feel free to visit our office as well. All right. Third news, which I basically wants to let you know, guys, as well, is that if you're holding a visitor visa and if you're planning to change your visitor visa to student visa, we are seeing some of the educational institutes have started scrutinizing the applications. Okay, so there will be strict criterias, there will be strict guidelines which a candidate has to follow before he or she is given the opportunity to be admitted into that particular university. So please go on, and talk to an education counselor, understanding basically, am I eligible for student visa? The answer is yes, but getting the COE, all those type of things might be a barrier. Second, if you're holding a 408 visa, again, COVID visa, and it's expiring in next 6 months, we are also seeing that some of the educational institutes have stopped giving candidates admissions if your visa is expiring in less than 6 months for 408 and 485 visa holders. Okay. So if you're holding those visas, please do visit an educational counselor or registered migration agent to understand your possibilities for future visa purposes. Question. I have done GNM 3 years in India, now BSc Nursing Honours in the UK, do eligible for RN. RN requires basically certain accreditation which must be done. So if you are basically holding RN from certain countries, you may be eligible, or else you might have to pass an examination, which is NCLEX and Aussizz examination. Okay, if then only you'll be able to obtain registration as a registered nurse. Once you have obtained a registration as a registered nurse, only then you will be eligible for permanent residency after getting skill assessment and points. We have got another candidate saying 85 points for computer network system engineer for 189 and 190. See, looking at your points, they're not too bad. We haven't seen many invitations in IT sector. Since the December 2022 invitations, we haven't even seen any for, IT occupation, guys. Okay, so if you're an IT occupation guy, a person, I'll probably advise you that if you are sitting in Victoria, think about it. Okay, and if you're not working in your nominated occupation as well, think about it, because Victoria has gone pretty strict for inviting candidates with high points, high salaries, superior English, and skilled partner. Okay, moving forward. Just give me 1 second. Hello, brother. What are the chances for ENPN in South Australia finishing my course in September? Kushdeep Sidhu, I'll probably advise you that, again, migration policies and programs keep changing now and then. Okay, by the time you will be finishing your course, there are chances that there might be new policies implemented by the states. Okay, so I'll probably advise you that just follow your program, try to obtain higher points, and let's see what the department's gonna, make any changes, or the state's gonna make any changes for 190 or 491. But from my experience, I've seen South Australia has been one of the good states for inviting candidates for straight permanent residency pathways. All right, guys. So yes, if you're watching this live, please do like and share this video with your friends and relatives. So if they've got any questions, they can basically, post onto this video session. All right, let's move on to some Facebook comments now, guys. We have got Hitul is saying, is it safe to call my brother here for mechanical engineering studies? Looking at the immigration situations, tough to get PR. I'm a citizen. See, Hitul, I'll probably advise you, when we are basically advising a candidate for any kind of permanent residency pathways, we need to understand which state we are living in. Okay, so there will be criterias which will be harder in Victoria, when it comes to some sort of industry. There might be some criterias, easier in Victoria when it comes to certain industries. Okay, so let's take an example that if a candidate wants to study nursing, if a candidate wants to go into, social work, teaching, Victoria is, I'll probably say, one of the best states for inviting candidates. But when it comes to IT sector, engineering occupations, I'll probably advise you, Western Australia might be one of those good states where we can obtain regional points as well. So yes, again, you should not think too much, whether that particular state's gonna be tough or not, because the candidate has to still finish studies. What we can start thinking is, what are the possibilities? So let's take an example when we are weighing up, the population, the job sector, industry, what kind of industry that particular state is inviting. So engineering sector, I'll probably advise you Western Australia would be one of those good states. Parvesh Chaudhary is saying, if I go with master's course in university and after 6 months, can I move to college to complete my master's same course? So again, if the college can provide you master level of qualification, only then. So what I'm trying to understand your question is, if you are sticking with the same level of studies, I don't think so, Parvesh, there should be an issue. The only concerns there are when a candidate, basically downgrade their studies from master's to diploma level of qualification. Sudeep is saying, any chance of welder, 80 points, 190 Victoria, or any recommendations which state is good for welder? I'll probably say, Sudeep, Victoria is good in this particular occupation. We never see so many occupations when it comes to, welder occupation. No many candidates are in welding occupations. We did saw in last invitation round again from Aussizz data that glazier occupation was invited. Okay, so your occupation is pretty nice. The question will be how many points you are sitting on. We are also seeing that Victoria is inviting candidates who are sitting on high points, holding superior English. So yes, if you are sitting on 7 each, the possibilities might be question mark. I'll probably advise you to obtain higher points, and this occupation might seem okay. If not, I'll probably advise you South Australia would be a good option as well. Daljit might saying, hi sir, 186 direct visa from India for chef is possible, and how long the processing time, please? Now, Daljit, first of all, when we are looking for 186, remember it's an employer sponsor visa, which will require a candidate to undertake a skill assessment process first. Once the skill assessment has been done, then you will be able to basically go on to understanding the other criteria like your English, your character requirements, employer requirements, and processing time period. We are expecting nominations to be approved within 12 months. Again, case by case, it differs. So yes, this is the roughly time period. All right, guys. So if you are watching this video session on Facebook, or if you are watching it on TikTok, please like and share with your friends so that information can be more shared with your relatives and friends. And if they've got any questions, they can ask us. If you guys have got any questions, you can happily go ahead and ask us. All right, let's move on to the next question, guys. Before again we move on to the next question, let me go back introducing the news. ACS, guys, is going to increase your fees. So if you are basically planning to lodge your ACS applications, go ahead and submit your ACS application before the 18th of March, because the fees is going pretty high. 485 extensions, department has announced mid 2024. They are planning to close this extension. Go ahead and meet a registered migration agent to understand whether you are eligible for extension. If yes, go ahead and lodge your applications. The application doesn't cost any kind of fees for candidates. So I can't see any reason why we are not doing so, unless we have already got permanent. All right. Third thing is, guys, people who are sitting on visitor visa, planning to lodge student visa, people who are sitting on 485 visa, planning to lodge student visa, or people who are sitting on 408 visa, planning to lodge student visa, may face hurdles when it comes to admissions. We are seeing that some of the educational institutes have started, scrutinizing some applications where a candidate is holding less than 6 months of that particular visa, especially 408 or 485, which is again TR. All right. So last year, the department announced that they are going to basically stop this program where candidates just lodge a student, then TR, then student, and keeps going on and on. They are trying to stop this. So what they are trying to do is they are basically trying to, find the core of the problem, which according to them is the institute. They might have done some audits or something where they have said to the institute, okay, that's it. We do not want you to issue COEs to those candidates who are basically sitting on these type of visas. So again, guys, if you're planning to do so, please do understand and talk to a migration agent or educational counselors for your student visa pathways. All right. Moving forward for the comments. One of the candidate is saying, I've applied for 190 visas and granted bridging visa, which is inactive as my current visa is valid until Jan 2025. Can I apply for Medicare card? If yes, can I withdraw my 485 health insurance or have to pay for both Medicare levy and private health insurance? Because number one, what visa I am holding? I am holding a 485 visa. So if you're a holder of a 485 visa, clear, you must be maintaining the conditions of that particular visa, which is in effect. Your bridging visa is not in effect. So basically, if you're planning that, okay, I'll basically get the Medicare because I'm eligible according to that particular policies and guidelines of Medicare. But is my bridging visa active? The answer is no. So stopping your health insurance will basically end up breaching your visa conditions. Clear? DG saying, can your team assist to look for employer sponsors for DAMA program? DG, we are basically dealing in education and migration purposes. We do not deal in recruitment consultations. So I'll probably advise you, if you're looking for DAMA employers and staff, go on their website, immigration's website. They have given a list of accreditations of DAMA employers. If you are basically searching for aged care employers, then you can directly contact them. But yeah, we do not, Aussizz Group does not assist in this kind of services. Moving forward, I've completed Bachelor's of Computer Science, which is majored in software development. What are two occupations for skill assessment? In your case study, I will advise you for your skill assessment, you will have to go follow a professional year program. Okay. Second thing I'll advise you is, yes, you can go under, certain occupations called like developer programmer or software engineer, but you can moreover go on studying teaching course as well, which will be giving you waiver for, 4 years of study in Australia, giving the skill assessment as teacher. You might be invited for 189 as well. All right, guys. So yes, if you're watching this video, guys, please do share and like these videos with your friends and relatives. It's appreciated. If you're happy with my answer, please do like and share this video. We are seeing that people are, sending us many comments. I'm just trying my very best to answer each and every single question very slowly. So please do stick with me while I'm going through with these comments. All right. Hi, sir. I came on tourist visa, apply for student visa. It has been 10 days. Will be there any problem? I have submitted all genuine documents from Aussizz Group. Arun Chaudhary. See, Arun, I must educate you. Student visas does have a GTE criteria, which normally visitor visa applications do have. Let's take an example. If I arrived here on a visitor visa, clear. I had completed my bachelor's qualification back home in India. All right. And now I'm planning to apply for a student visa, but I've applied my student visa in certificate 3 in Kukri. What are the possibilities? Very minimum possibilities, because I've downgraded my career pathways, my qualification, pathways, where I'll be confusing the case officer that how this study is going to be beneficial for me in future. So normally we advise, candidates who arrive here on a visitor visa and have got intentions to study any kind of a course, that course must basically, make some sense in your career when it comes to studying. Okay, so yes, if you've submitted all the documentations, I don't see any problem, but I'm not sure what kind of studies you have enrolled into, and hopefully you'll get the positive news soon. All right, Pravesh Chaudhary, I think I already answered your question. So if you are asking me the same question, it is the same answer, that if your qualification level stays the same, it's not a problem. But I'll be questioning if some of the colleges are holding master's qualification, yes or no. All right. Hi, sir. What is the chances as a chef for 186 direct entry, and what is the processing time to get a visa for South Australia? Daljit, again, 186 visa doesn't deals with any kind of basically, what do you call that is state. Okay, 186 visa is directly related to employer sponsor. Okay, so no matter in which state you are, okay, 186 program is an employer sponsored program, does not link with any state. Clear? So again, the processing time period is, we are expecting at least 1 year. Okay, and then which is we are talking about approval of nomination, and then you can go on lodging the visa, which is again similar, 9 to 12 months. But for Processing times, I'll probably advise you to visit the department website. They have sent, basically there's a link. If you will go on a global processing time period for visa applications, and then you'll see there, they have given us, exact timeline of how they are working on your application. You can just type in your date, when the visa was lodged, what kind of visa it is. It gives you a bit of understanding when they are expecting you to finalize your application. Okay. Sahil is saying early childhood teacher in Victoria with 70 points. Sahil, yes, there are good chances. Okay, but we are seeing they're inviting candidates who are holding superior English, which is 18 each. Okay, so again, same question as you, Hamza. Early childhood still has got very nice future. Okay, because teachers are in high demand. We need good teachers who can basically educate the Australian children in future. So yes, if you have chosen these pathways, it's very nice pathway for future as well. Okay. Mohit is saying, what is the status of NATI in future? They have basically announced, Mohit, that they are basically trying to delete this NATI thing. Okay. According to my understanding, the reason might be it's unfair for some applicants where their occupation, so not occupation, language is not in NATI. So that might be one of those reasons. So again, whether it's gonna stay, yes or no, I'll probably say no, because they've already made an announcement. They are planning to delete it at all. And yeah, that's about it. All right. So Hamza is saying my points will be 65 after graduate diploma. So Hamza, I'll probably advise you that try and increase your points, because when it comes to points, competition goes very high. Again, 189 is a possibility as well, being invited on 65. So let's hope for the best. And there are chances you might be invited as well for 189 or at least 190. All right. How long one can stay out of country on PR visa? Avi Makkad is saying the visa itself educates you. How long you can stay, normally expected entry date is given on the visa. To be specific, you can refer to the visa grant. So, but again, if you've got commitments and all these kind of things, you can try and contact the department, that there might be some reasons I can't travel, any kind of compassionate or compelling reasons, you can, inform the department accordingly. While we are going through this live session, guys, please do like and share this live session with your family and friends. Leave me a comment. I'm going very slow with the comments, guys. So if you have posted a comment, don't think that I'm not going to answer. I'll be answering the comment. It's just that there's all other comments at the top as well. So I'm going very slow so that I can give my best possible answer to all the candidates. Okay, which state is best for EN and what after EN for PR? One of the users have requested on TikTok, when it comes to EN, we always prefer South Australia. EN for PR, the possibilities are only for 190 or 491, which is a provisional visa. So again, user 339530. If you are referring to EN, I'll probably advise you that yes, EN is a nice pathway. Let's submit our EOIs, ROIs, and all these kind of things. I'll still advise you to go and study Bachelor's of Nursing to keep your PR options stronger. Can we apply study visa after TR 485? Let's repeat the news, guys. Mid 2024 485 extensions are going to stop. So if you are eligible, please go ahead and submit your applications for 485 extensions. Whether I'm eligible for extension or not, please do visit all these branches, talk to a migration agent. It's just a quick question, am I eligible or not, and go hard, because the last thing we want is that a candidate is eligible and he was not aware that he is eligible for 485 extensions. Extra 2 years of visa is given to eligible candidates. Candidates who are sitting on tourist visa, 408 visa and 485 visa, if you guys are planning to lodge student visa in future, we are seeing that educational institutes have stopped basically giving COEs to those candidates who have got their visa duration less than 6 months. All right. So Hamza, if you are already studying, I'll probably say there are high chances you can apply for a study visa, because it makes you a genuine student. What I'm referring here to is candidates who are basically just sitting on 485 and are planning to lodge a student visa, and their visa is less than 6 months of duration. Make sense, guys? Okay. Just an update, guys. If you are an IT candidate, want to apply for skill assessment, 18th of March, ACS has decided that they are going to increase their fees. So go ahead and submit your applications for skill assessment to just save a little bit of money. Okay, keeps everyone happy. Okay, let's move on to next comments. Hi, sir, accountant with 90 points in Queensland. Again, Queensland, Hemant is one of those states. Doesn't really loves migrants, you know, it's more into tourism and stuff. If you're working in another occupation, you know, stay there. Let's see how they're going to react upon. Submit your EUIs and hopefully you'll be invited. If not, and if you've got some kind of visa left, try some other studies or some other states as well for better possibilities like 491 or something. We have got 85 points for offshore and skill assessment engineering technology with 5 years of experience. I'll probably say 190 chances are there, Namdeep Singh. So if you've got 5 years of work experience which has been assessed, 190 possibilities are there if you are, you know, holding engineering technologist. Go on and submit your ROIs, talk to a migration agent, understand the possibilities, and they'll be able to assist you. Telecommunication and network engineer, are there any possibilities? Yes, it does lead to PR pathways, but again, the competition would be high. Related to engineering sector, I'll probably advise you go on, you know, trying to get superior English to just match that level. I'm finishing my EN course by April 2024, currently in Melbourne. Shikha is saying any PR pathway. Shikha, again, when it comes to enroll nurses, we have seen that Victoria has not invited any enroll nurse in this financial year. All right. So I'll probably advise you, yes, again, if we haven't bought the lottery, we cannot win the lottery. If I'm in your basically you know, place, I'll probably still submit my EUI and RY for enroll nurse. And let's wait how, you know, Victoria is going to react in future, because EN only has the possibilities of 190 or 491. Plus, I will start studying Bachelor's of Nursing, which will be for another 2 years to keep my options stronger in future. All right, Shika, hopefully that answers your questions. Living in New South Wales, no work experience, 85 points, external auditor. Again, your points are okay, your occupation is question mark, you know. Any chances, sir? I'll probably say move to regional. Okay, try and obtain some work experience. Possibilities for 491 are higher than 190. Diploma of Nursing in Western Australia. Again, keep that thing in mind, guys. If you're studying Diploma of Nursing and that's about it, you won't be eligible for 485 visa. So again, Diploma of Nursing, yes, gives me skill assessment and everything, but possibilities of getting 485 visa is out of the window. So you might have to study bachelor's. So yes, Western Australia is not a bad state, you know. They've given good invitations last year, even this year. At the moment, they have paused their criteria. So let's hope in future, you know, they'll come up back again. All right. Moving forward, is it good to move to Western Australia? Hemant is asking. Yes, I'll probably say it's good. Okay, to move to Western Australia. Hamza is saying, can I move to Perth with 65 points as an accountant? Hamza, if you're studying teaching, I will not advise you to move to Western Australia at this particular stage, because there are high possibilities of getting 189 and 190 from Victoria. I'll still advise you to go on and, you know, increase your points. All right. So guys, if you're watching this session live, please do like and share this live session with your family and friends. Please do click that small heart. It's appreciated, because a team at Aussizz is working hard. Every Friday, we are coming up with this session where different migration agents will be educating you upon. Okay, Hamza is saying I'm going to start in April. I'll probably still advise you to stick with Victoria then. But again, if you can study online, then we can go with both options, you know, like Western Australia and Victoria, if you understand. 313 is saying, chef, if you're in Victoria, only 491. Okay, guys, keep that thing in mind. I've seen so many candidates where they were basically being helped with by their friends or relatives, you know, and their chef submitted 190 EUI. I must educate you that chef occupation is not eligible for 190 in Victoria. I'm not saying they are not eligible, is that they are not meeting the criteria. Victoria is only giving 491 to chef occupation. Okay, so if you have submitted your EUIs For Victoria 190, you have been, given incorrect information. Go and visit your migration agent and tell them to change to 491, or if you have lodged your applications by yourself, change it to 491. In Tasmania, there are possibilities, yes. Okay. But again, most of the states, are pretty serious with the criteria at the moment. So again, if you're working there, just keep working, and there are possibilities. If you are planning to go there and do your job ready program, I'll probably advise you South Australia or Western Australia would be one of those good states for job ready program. So candidates who have done job ready program in South Australia, or Western Australia, there are possibilities, that you will be getting invitations for 190 or 491 depending upon the requirement. Suresh is asking, hello, what are the chances if we apply for student visa for diploma? If rejections, there we have to do masters. Can you give me some information on this? Yep. Suresh, I didn't understand your question. What are the chances if we apply for student visa for diploma? If rejections, then we have to do masters. See, first of all, Suresh, if you have applied for a student visa and the visa has been refused, you won't be eligible to apply for another student visa because Section 48 bar comes in. Basically, that stops you from applying for the visa applications in Australia. There are other prescribed visas which can be lodged, but again, you won't be eligible for another student visa applications if you've already been your visa refused in Australia. Okay, so just keep that thing in mind as well, that Section 48 stops you guys if you have lodged a student visa application, it has been refused, and then you go from there. All right. Carpentry, 65 points in Victoria. No, we haven't seen any trade occupations being invited. I'll probably stick with Western Australia or South Australia, or if you are a genuine hard worker, let's go on to getting an employer sponsor if your employers have to sponsor you. Engineers, Mahmood, Western Australia is nice state when it comes to engineering occupations. Have they been invited in Victoria? I can't say when it comes to how many quantity. Yes, quantity wise, Western Australia is stronger. Does Victoria invites engineers? Yes, they do. But they are always focusing on skilled partners. They are focusing on salary. So they are focusing on superior English, which is 8 in each. So yeah, if you are that type of a candidate, trying to get 80 each skilled partner, if your partner is there trying to get their skill assessment done, get their 8 each done as well. While you guys are watching this session live, please do like and share this live sessions with your family and friends, and giving you updates. Number one, ACS is going to increase your fees. So if you're in IT sector planning to get your skill assessment done, please do apply your skill assessment ASAP if you are meeting the eligibility criteria, because the fee structure is pretty going up. 485 extension is going to stop from mid 2024. So I'll be pretty angry if I'll find out that I was eligible for extension, but no one told me. So go on, check with your migration agents whether you're eligible for extension. If you're eligible for extension, please submit your applications before mid 2024. Number three, recent strict nature of educational institutes can be seen where they are seeing candidates who are holding 485 visas and 408 visas, and the duration is less than 6 months. If you're planning to apply for student visas, the institutes have gone pretty strict issuing you with the COE. Okay, guys. So last year, if you guys remember, the minister announced that they are going to basically, trying to stop this hopping visa situation. Okay. In that case, I'll probably say they have started to find the core of the problem, and they have started giving directions to the institute that they should not do this, just issuing the COEs to those candidates who are holding these type of visas. Okay. I'm not saying all the institutes are doing so. Some of them are doing so. I won't doubt it if there are people joining this program, where a candidate is holding less than 6 months of a visa and COE is not being issued. All right, engineers, guys, engineers in Victoria, there are chances. We haven't seen invitation round. We were expecting an invitation round last week from Victoria, we haven't seen any invitation round for 190491 from Victoria. If you're sitting Victoria, you've got your skilled partner, salaries up there. There are chances you might be invited. Okay, so stick with that. If you are not in Victoria and you are waiting for other states to be updated, if you're meeting the criteria, I'll probably, in this particular time, guys, it's pretty, I'll probably say wrong decision if you are planning to, switch states right now. All right. We have got some candidate asking from Engineers Australia, if a graduate advanced diploma from TAFE Western Australia be accredited from Engineers Australia or not? If not, how long does it take to get skill assessment from EA? Again, this candidate, if your study is accredited, then basically you'll get the skill assessment straight away. If your study is not accredited, then you have to basically go through CDR pathways. Clear? Work experience may be required for certain occupations depending on what kind of advanced diploma you are doing when it comes to engineering. Okay, so I'll probably advise you to, you said you are in Western Australia, so I'll probably advise you to meet our migration agents right now straight away to understand whether your particular course is accredited under Engineers Australia guidelines, yes or no. If yes, stick with the studies, finish studies, you get the skill assessment. If the accreditation is not there, there are chances we have to follow a different pathway. All right, guys. So if you guys are joining this session or if you have just recently joined, I'll probably advise you, ACS is going to change their fee structure. 18th of March, go ahead and submit your application straight away. Number two, 485 extensions is going to stop mid 2024. So if you are holding 485 visa, if you are eligible for extension, go ahead and submit the applications. We have got candidates. All right, let's go on to some TikTok questions. Community worker invitations in New South Wales. Again, we are expecting the invitations, but again, New South Wales has been one of those states which has always, attracted candidates with high points. Okay, so if you're sitting in that kind of a state and you are holding less points, the possibility is very low. In that scenario, I'll probably say we switch states. If you're sitting on high points, just wait because you might be invited as well. All right. Can we merge HAP IDs? If my last HAP ID is 3 months old and new one is generated with the visa application, SM is asking, your agent must have been smart enough to provide your last HAP ID in your new visa application. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So when they launch the new application, they give you an option. Do you hold a HAP ID or have you done health examination last 12 months? He should have just given your last HAP ID. But again, nothing to worry about. You can still update to the department that you've already undergone health examinations, okay, with this particular HAP ID. All right. Can software tester apply under 186 direct entry software engineer? Have ACS in software engineer. So when you are saying ACS software tester and software engineer are two separate occupations, so keep that thing in mind that software tester is lower than software engineer. If you've got the skill assessment in ACS, there are possibilities to go under 186 direct entry. But if you are sitting as a software engineer on 482, SM, then it can be a question mark because you cannot do some other duties while holding a 482 visa in some other occupation. Okay, civil engineering draft person, chances for 491. Yes, there are chances. We were expecting Victoria guys to give us at least invitation last week. I don't know what happened. Maybe the person who were going to give the invites might was having a bad time with his or her girlfriend. Again. All right. How much age points for 25-year-old but less than 26? Your points will be 30. Okay. So it's 24 or 25. If you turn 25, your points are 30. Makes sense? All right, guys. So if you're happy with the questions being answered, please do like and follow this page. If you're watching me on Facebook Live, this session has been great. Every Friday, different migration agents join us on Facebook. Hashtag Ask Aussizz. You can ask any kind of questions, whether employer sponsor, family visas, general skill migration visa, skill assessment questions. When it comes to any kind of visas where you feel like, information cannot be discussed on social media, you can always visit us in our nearest branch all over through Australia. So yes, I'll probably say this will be end of our session now. But before I leave, let me update you guys that if you are a IT candidate planning to get your skill assessment done, please go ahead and submit your application if you are eligible, because from 18th of March, the chances are that fees is going to increase. Not chances, in fact, they have announced that 4 or 5 extensions are going to finish in mid 2024. Okay, so if you're eligible, go ahead and do so. If you're holding Vista visa, 408 visa, or 485 visa, we are seeing that candidates are being scrutinized, not getting the admissions in the educational institutes. So I'll probably advise you to meet a registered migration agent, okay, so that they can assist you, or an education counselor, they can assist you with your student visa applications in future. Okay, this was it from my side, guys. My name is Kamaljeet Singh. I'm a registered migration agent working in Melbourne Collins head office branch. Okay, if you got any questions, you can basically come and visit us. If you are in all other parts of Australia, we have separate branches, where you can visit our migration agents. They're pretty helpful. And hopefully everybody will get permanent, and they can live this privilege and enjoy the life in Australia. Until then, I'll sign off. This was me, registered migration agent, Aussizz Group. Have a nice weekend, guys.